नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो
Swami Vivekanand Subharti University, one of the leading universities of North India. 250 acres campus, 220 plus professional and vocational programs, 20,000 plus students. Give wings to your career with Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. NH 58 Meerut, Delhi, NCR.
सुभारती कैंसर इंस्टीट्यूट विश्व की अत्याधुनिक मशीन द्वारा कैंसर का हर तरह का इलाज, साथ ही MRI, कार्डियक CT स्कैन, किडनी, हिप एंड जॉइंट ट्रांसप्लांट, हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट, एंडोस्कोपी, लैपारोस्कोपी, न्यूरोसर्जरी आदि सुविधा भी उपलब्ध हैं। 24 आवर्स इमरजेंसी, डायलिसिस एंड डायग्नोस्टिक सर्विसेज। सुभारती हॉस्पिटल, NH 58 मेरठ।
Raj Bihari Bose, Subharti University, Dehradun. The road to your professional development starts here. Registration and admissions are open. For more info, dial 761-758-5561, 761-758-5566 or log into our website www.rbbsu.edu.in.
नमो बुद्धाय। मैं आरपी सिंह आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं हमारे विशेष कार्यक्रम धम्मदीप में। दर्शकों, जैसा कि आपको विदित है, धम्मदीप एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम है जिसमें तथागत बुद्ध के जीवन पर आधारित हर पहलू पर आप तक इस विषय के जाने माने विशेषज्ञों द्वारा जानकारी दी जाती है। और इसी क्रम में आज हम आपको ले चलते हैं देहरादून, उत्तराखंड। अब हम देहरादून स्टूडियो से डॉक्टर साहतु सेंडर जी, जो हमारे साथ देहरादून स्टूडियो से जुड़ रही हैं, उनको लेते हैं। डॉक्टर सेंडर जी का जन्म म्यांमार में हुआ और उन्होंने बुद्धिज़्म पर उच्च शिक्षा प्राप्त की तथा देश विदेश के अनेकों बड़े शिक्षण संस्थानों के जुड़ने के साथ साथ बहुत से सम्मानों से अलंकृत हुई। उन्होंने बुद्धिज़्म पर अपने विचार पूरे विश्व के अनेकों प्लेटफॉर्म पर रखे। आज इसी क्रम में हम कंबोडिया में बुद्धिज़्म विषय पर विस्तार से चर्चा करेंगे। आज यह इंग्लिश में बोलेंगी, लेकिन हम अपने हिंदी दर्शकों के लिए उसकी सबटाइटल अपने चैनल के स्क्रीन पे लगातार चलते रहेंगे। तो हम स्वागत करते हैं डॉक्टर साहतु सेंडर जी का। वेलकम डॉक्टर सेंडर जी, वेलकम टू आवर चैनल।
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo Buddhaya. Good afternoon. Have a nice day to all of you. Now I am going to continue my lecture about Buddhism in Southeast Asia and Buddhism in Theravada countries. So I already complete from about some countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and now I am talking about Buddhism in Cambodia. Cambodia is also very famous of Buddhism and his beauty of land, and then culture of people, and the most famous one is because of the Asian heritage of Angkor Wat. So let's see and let's go and study about the Buddhism in Cambodia. So Cambodia is one of the Southeast Asian countries, and it was touching the border with Thailand and Vietnam. So Buddhism, the history of Buddhism in Cambodia is Theravada Buddhism. Also, they are practicing in Cambodia, and the kings of Cambodia, they announced, and the Buddhism was the state religion in Cambodia. So Theravada Buddhism has been arrived to Cambodia around 13th century CE or 13th century AD. That time they are announced that they are declared that the state religions, and for after that the whole country of Cambodia means Cambodian people, they are piously follow the Theravada Buddhism from the whole country. So Buddhism in Cambodia began long before perhaps from the 5th century CE, or as early as then, maybe around the century BC. Because why we are talking about the century BC? Because of King Ashoka, Emperor King Ashoka, after he convinced the Third Buddhist Council, he sent the missionary groups to the 9 different places. So one of the group, they are reaching to Suvarnabhumi. It is including Myanmar and Thailand. So for that place, from that place, starting from Buddhism was spread slowly spread to Thailand also, Cambodia also. That's why Cambodian people, they believe that at the time of Emperor King Ashoka, Buddhism was arrived to Cambodia since 3rd century BCE. That is their belief. But on practically, the government, they are announced to the people, the state religion is Buddhism is around 13th century. So before Cambodia, before we are calling Cambodia, that is only that country is, that state is the part of Funan Kingdom from Thailand. And then that is around up to 100 BCE to 500 CE, nearly 600 years. They are under Funan Kingdom, and they are declared, they announced that their country is Funan Emperor, like that, not mentioned as Cambodia. But a later period, they announced that is Cambodia. So Buddhism in Cambodia is a religion, seems to begin before more popular and influence from around 450 CE. Buddhism in Cambodia, it is too much flourished during the Angkor Kingdom period, particularly during the reign of the Buddhist Khmer king Jayawarman VII. So it is a very famous king. I will talk to you about the famous king in Cambodia later on. So Jayawarman also, he ruled between 1181 to 1250, and he was very hard working for establishment of Buddhism in the state religion in the Cambodia region. Jayawarman is a successful king, and after the 13th century, Theravada Buddhism becomes one of the state religions in Cambodia. The post-Angkor period, that is, Angkor is the name from the kingdom. So after that post-Angkor period, that's why we are mentioned like that. Post-Angkor period saw the dramatic rise of Pali Theravada tradition in Southeast Asia and decline of the Brahmanic and Mahayana Buddhist religions tradition in Cambodia. So in 1423, Thai accounts of mission to Sri Lanka, and they mentions 8 Khmer monks, 8 number of Khmer monks. They studied to bring the Theravada Buddhism, Orthodox Mahavihara sects of Sri Lanka monks, and order to the Kampuchea. So Kampuchea is Cambodia. So another one thing is how important for monastic system in Cambodia or monastic system in Buddhism in Cambodia. While adhering the monastic disciplines, monks developed their words. Words means it is from Thai word, Thai language, and Khmer or Cambodia people, they are also adopted that words. What W-A-T, what is the meaning is temple or monasteries. Yeah. So however they are developed, Cambodian monks or whatever they are developed for their temples or what's monastery, not only in the moral religious, but also for the educational purpose, also social service, also cultural centers for the people also. That's why the monks or the role of the monks in Cambodia is also important and very famous between the society. Wats or temples became the main source of learning and popular education. Same like in all Southeast Asia countries, All of the monasteries are the learning centers in the ancient time. Early Western explorers, settlers and missionaries reported literally among the male populations of Myanmar, Thai, Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam, they are only men. They can learn the educational purpose at the wat or at the temple or monasteries from the Buddhist monks. In Cambodia, Buddhism became the transmitter of Khmer language and culture. Buddhist monks traditionally were called upon to perform a number of functions in Cambodia life. Particularly they are participated in the formal village festivals, ceremonies and marriages, even in the funerals also. For the position of monks are important in that situation. They all might have participated in ceremonies to naming the infants, naming the newborn children, in other minor ceremonies or rites in possession. So one time Buddhism was a decline in Cambodia. So Buddhism in Cambodia declined during the Khmer rule regime between 1975 to 1979. So that time Buddhism was slowly fade out and totally declined. Buddhist monks were moved from their wards or temples, may do manual works. They are disrobed and they are working outside for their professions. Religions forbidden and temples were damaged or destroyed. It estimated that as many as 50,000 monks died or killed during that Khmer period. So that is a very sad news for about the history of Buddhism in Cambodia. And how about the Buddhism in present day? Today, Buddhism remains an influential force in Cambodia region, religion and every life. But it is still rebuilding from the loss of their leaders, teachers and their senior monks because of the Khmer Rouge period. However, in 2006, there were estimated 60,000 of novices, new novices in Cambodia. They are worked to repair the temples and re-establish the Buddhism for continuously. So for that 60,000 of novices, that are the force for the Cambodia Buddhism. So another one is I would like to talk about Buddhist monuments in Cambodia. So the most famous and on the wall Cambodia Buddhist monuments is Angkor Wat. So Angkor Wat is the firstly it was the largest Hindu temple complex. Later on it is converted to Buddhist temple and the largest religious monuments on the wall. The temple was built by a Tamil king from India, Suravarman II. So in the early 12th century AD. So that time capital city is Khmer Empire and capital city is Angkor. So as the best preserve of the temple at the site, it has the remain of a significant religious centers since its foundation, first Hindu and dedicated to the god Vishnu, then Buddhist, converted to Buddhism. Angkor Wat combines two basic plans of Khmer temple architecture. The temple mountain, they have three layers like that. You know? So temple mountains and the taller gallery, you know, the biggest gallery temple we can see. That is based on the early Dravidian architecture. It is designed to represent of the Mount Meru, the home of the Devas in Hindu mythology. So the modern name Angkor Wat, it means temple city or city of temples. In Khmer words it's Angkor meaning city or capital city. It is a vernacular form of the word Nakor. It is a vernacular word is Nakor. It is the name in Sanskrit is Nakara. So the archaeological survey of India, they are too much carried out and they are too much help for the restoration work of Angkor Wat between 1986 to 1999. Since around 1990s, Angkor Wat has been continued conservation efforts and a massive increased tourism in the country. So the temple is a part of the Angkor Wat World Heritage Site listed or established in 1992, which has provided some fundings and some encouragements for the Cambodia government to protect for that historical site. So another one is, who are the great patrons for the Cambodia Buddhism? As I told past lecture, for the one state or one country, without providing of the king, without providing of the rich persons, without providing of the monks, Buddhism cannot stay for long lasting. That's why the role of the kings, Buddhist pious kings, are very important for the propagation, protecting and prevention of the Buddhism. Same like in other countries like in Myanmar, Sri Lanka. So Cambodia also, they have two famous Buddhist kings. Number one is Surawarman I and another one is Surawarman VII. That two kings are the most prominent kings to protect the Buddhism in Cambodia. So Surawarman I, he was a rule in 106 to 1050. So during the 10th century, he was a rule in Cambodia. He is considered of the greatest of the Buddhist kings, with exceptions of Jayawarman VII. Another great patron king was Jayawarman VII. He was a more effort to establishment of the Cambodia Buddhism. Because of him, Buddhism was flourished in Cambodia till up to now. So he was a rule in 1181 to 1290, but he was thrown in 1177. So he was ascended to the throne in the sense of crisis that had descended on the Khmer Emperor. Jayawarman VII studied the doctrines of Mahayana Buddhism rather than Theravada Buddhism. He built numerous public works to serve the people, including waterworks, hospital, temples, hospices for the travelers, far beyond any other Cambodian kings. So because of that, Cambodia is become slowly developed based on the Surawarman VII. And that is a proof because of he can converted the Angkor Wat based on Hinduism to Buddhism. So another one is Buddhism in Cambodia today. So how about the situation in Buddhism in Cambodia today? Today, Buddhism is struggling to re-establish itself because Buddhism was declined around 1986. So nearly after 40 years ago back, the Buddhism was declined in Cambodia. That's why even 40 years, they cannot do too much development between the countries, even though they are established for the new novice, about around 60,000 novice they want to study to provide, but they cannot work properly. So that's why Cambodian people, they are too much struggle for long lasting for the Buddhism in their country. So they are still now they are re-established for the Buddhism, and although the League of Buddhist Scholars and Leaders, they need a lot of Buddhist scholars. Buddhist scholars means Buddhist monks, learned monks, and then good leaders for the supporting for the Buddhism, and they face continuing political affairs. It will make the very difficult task for Cambodian people. Following the withdrawal of the Vietnamese military, the newly renamed Cambodian People's Party, That is, they sought to align itself with the Buddhist Sangha, declaring Buddhism to Cambodia state religion in 1991 policy statement. So about the Buddhism in Cambodia, I would like to share again about the life of Cambodian Buddhists and Buddhist monks. So let's see how Buddhist monks from Cambodia, what they are doing, what they are providing for the Buddhism, how they are responsibilities and duties in the Cambodia society. So Buddhism is also known a very important and very valuable religion for Cambodia people, not only Cambodia, for all people, since Cambodia has received and practice of Buddhism. Cambodia started to believe and follow for the teachings of the Buddha, that is in Pali words we can call DHAMMA, and seeing the great benefits for the practicing of Buddhism, and many people, they believe and they faith in the Buddhism and they are follow the Buddhism. So that is including Buddhist monks and novices also. So they try to practice and spread of Buddhism throughout the country, especially for the monks who were most important for upholding and promoting of the Buddhism. So they play in very important and adopting role for the propagation of the Buddhism due to their close to the Buddha's teachings. Because when they are studying to become a Buddhist monks, they are studying to learn the Buddha's teachings. They can learn and practice the Buddhism easier than the lay persons. So in their hearts, they are rooted about the teachings of the Buddha. For that, they are sharing to the people whoever follow the Buddhism. So in all the periods of history of Khamma monks, not only play the important role for Buddhism, but also for the Khamma culture and then tradition also, as well as for the social life of the people also. They are providing a lot. The Khamma monks have many kinds of role and duty, such as they have take care and develop for the temples or monastery, which has the shrines, place for venerating, offering, and they have to learn and practice the teachings of the Buddha, and they are teaching again to the lay person. Moreover, they have to take care of Khamma people and Buddhist tradition. They preserve for the Buddhist tradition in Cambodia, and they have to provide the good education, Buddhist education to the people. Most importantly, they act as the moral teacher and demonstrate the heavenly, happy ways of life. Because Buddhism is a way of life. Buddha's teaching is a way of life. That's why we need to show and we need to learn the follow for the Buddha's teachings. So we can study about the Khamma monks and what they has done. And for that, if we are learning about the learning from Cambodian monk, we can see three main points to discussing in noting. The first one is to show about the monk's life. And the second one is the monk's role or responsibility of the monks. The third one is the duty in helping for the solve of the political crisis. That is in the 20th and 21st century. The Cambodian monks, they take the responsibility for the political crisis, to solve the political crisis, because many people, they are listening to them, they are follow to them, they are respect to them. That's why the importance of monk rules are also using in the political crisis also among the country also. It is reflecting on living role and position of monks in Khamma society. Lastly, I would like to say thanks again to Dr. R.P. Singh and the team of Subharti Media Channel, and then Dr. Atusa also to give me this opportunity to share my knowledge or whatever I was learned before, and expressing gratitude to the end of SubhartiTv educational episode can be done in simple and polite manner. Thank you for this informative episode.
Dr. Sandar ji, thank you very much for your informative information on Buddhism. Dr. Sahatur Sandar ji, आपका बहुत बहुत आभार। कल इसी समय हम आपके समक्ष फिर एक नए एपिसोड के साथ उपस्थित होंगे। तो साथियों, आज के इस विशेष प्रोग्राम में अब इतना ही। अब समय हो चुका है आज के प्रोग्राम के विश्राम होने का, लेकिन उसके पहले आपको बताते चलें कि आपके मन में भी जो प्रश्न हो, जो जिज्ञासाएं हों, वह आप इस प्रोग्राम में पूछ सकते हैं। हमारा व्हाट्सएप नंबर है 9639010109 और साथ ही आप हमारी ईमेल आईडी subhartibuddha@gmail.com पर भी आप अपनी जिज्ञासाएं भेज सकते हैं। तब तक मैं आरपी सिंह मेरठ स्टूडियो से और डॉक्टर साहतुर सैंदार जी देहरादून स्टूडियो से लेते हैं विदा। कल इसी समय फिर उपस्थित होंगे। नमो बुद्धाय।
सुभारती कैंसर इंस्टीट्यूट, विश्व की अत्याधुनिक मशीन द्वारा कैंसर का हर तरह का इलाज, साथ ही MRI, कार्डियक CT स्कैन, किडनी, हिप एंड जॉइंट ट्रांसप्लांट, हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट, एंडोस्कोपी, लैपारोस्कोपी, न्यूरोसर्जरी आदि सुविधा भी उपलब्ध हैं। 24 आवर्स इमरजेंसी, डायलिसिस एंड डायग्नोस्टिक सर्विसेज। सुभारती हॉस्पिटल, NH58 मेरठ।
Raj Bihari Bose, Subharti University, Dehradun. The road to your professional development starts here. Registration and admissions are open. For more info, dial 761-758-5561, 761-758-5566 or log into our website www.rbbsu.edu.in.
Swami Vivekananda Subharti University, one of the leading universities of North India. 250 acres campus, 220 plus professional and vocational programs, 20,000 plus students. Give wings to your career with Swami Vivekananda Subharti University, Meerut, Delhi, NCR.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato